Hi everyone, welcome to the Microteaching course. I'm really excited to start this journey with you because what we are about to learn will make you better teachers, communicators, leaders, and of course, learners. This is an introductory session, and today we'll cover three things. The first, what is microteaching? The second, why is it important? And the third, what you can expect from this course. First, let's break it down. Microteaching is a scaled-down, practice-based form of teaching, usually with a small group, focusing on a specific skill rather than a full lesson. Here, each practice will take time for about 15 to 20 minutes. Think of it like playing a full match of soccer. You will do all things like dribbling, passing, kicking the ball, and throwing the ball in. Instead of playing full time, you will have only a limited times to play the match. Well, in microteaching, you will practice all parts of teaching like opening a lesson, giving instructions, asking questions to the students, and closing the class. So you do these things for a very specific lessons in 15 to 20 minutes, including giving feedback. So in microteaching, actually, you will do all phases of teaching, starting from the opening until the closing. So inside of the microteaching, you also do the evaluations, the tasks, and then you have to be able to also measure the students' understanding. Let's make it even clearer. Now let's talk about the characteristics of microteaching. Microteaching usually includes a short lesson for 15 to 20 minutes. So you have to be sure that your lesson is designed or is set only for 15 to 20 minutes. So you have to give a very detailed minutes. For example, how many minutes you will spare for introductions, how many minutes you will spare for doing, for example, explanations. You explain the material to the students, and you have to also give the specific minutes, how long you will give the exercises or the tasks or the discussion in the class. Yeah, so you have to be a very specific minutes for activities that you plan to do in your microteaching. The next one, microteaching usually includes a small audience, often your peers or your classmates. For example, in our course, we consist of 20 students, okay? And one will perform the microteaching, and the rest 19 people will act as the students. So for this case, you have to be confident. Because you are going to teach your friends, but whatever will be later in your practice of microteaching, but just be confident. And then you have to think about you are the one who knows better than the audience or better than your students. Microteaching also includes focus on one teaching skills at one time. So you don't give a very broad teaching skills, or I mean like, so you just need to focus, okay? So you focus, for examples, on one skills, speaking or writing or reading. So just focus on that once for your microteaching. And the next one, it usually includes immediate feedback. So after you do the microteaching, and you will get the feedback. It could be from your lecturers, and it could be also from your classmates or your friends. The next one, micro-teaching also includes opportunities to reflect and try again. We can call it as reteaching. So just like this. After you do the micro-teachings and then you get feedback, and then you can do another micro-teaching sessions. And then you can make it better than before by reflecting what you have done and by concerning or by considering the feedback that you can get from your lectures, from your classmates too. This course is designed to be supportive for you. Therefore, it is okay to make mistakes. In fact, mistakes are expected to be lessons, and that's how you grow later. So don't be worried. So you just be confident. You do the micro teaching. So you do not need to think about, oh, what happened will you later, or your friends will laugh at you. So you do not need to care about it. Just focus on your micro teaching, focus on your lesson plans, you do that and done. Let's move to another point, that is why micro teaching matters. So why do we do it? Is it not enough to just plan lessons and start teaching in the real situations to the real students? Well, many pieces of research show that effective teaching skills are not just natural, they are learned and practiced. So micro-teaching is even more beneficial for you to practice even a teaching method. Furthermore, micro-teachings give you a chance to develop confidence, to improve specific techniques, to learn to manage timing and students' responses. Micro-teaching also gives you a chance to receive structured feedback, reflect on, and refine your teaching habits. So, in this case, micro-teaching is like sharpening your tools before you build something important. Let's now move to another point. It is the micro-teaching cycles. In our course, each of you will pass 5 cycles of micro-teaching. Here's how the typical micro-teaching cycle works. 1, plan a short lessons. Okay? And 2, teach it to your peers, your friends. 3rd, get feedback from peers and your lecturers. 4th, reflect on what went well and what could improve. And the 5th one, reteach, if possible, to apply the feedback. So after you do the micro-teaching, you respond to the feedback, and then you do the better micro-teaching based on the suggestion maybe, or based on the feedback from your friends and then from your lecturer. Then, talking about the teaching skill we focus on, during this course, we will target several key skills, such as opening and closing lesson effectively, giving clearer instructions, and asking powerful questions to the students. The next one, checking understanding. And the next one, providing feedback and managing classroom interactions. You don't have to be perfect at all of them now, but then this course is designed to train you, to guide you. That's why we are here. All right, now let's discuss what this course will look like later. During this course, there will be several things you do, okay? Like first, preparing short teaching activities, in form of lesson plans. The second, teach the lesson plan to your classmates, to your friends, yeah? And then watching yourselves. It could be later, your micro-teaching or your performance will be recorded. Then after you do the micro-teaching, and then the video recording will be played for you, and then you can see what you have done with your micro-teaching. And the next one, receive detailed supportive feedback. Yeah, so after you do the micro-teaching, then your friends will give comments, will give the score for you. And of course, the lecturer also will give the feedback. And the last one, reflects and adjust your approach. We will also use a combinations of peer feedback, self-assessments, and lecturer feedback in this case. So it is hoped that by applying these combinations, at least it is not only from the lecturer's perspective, but it could be from your own assessments. And of course, there will be also a feedback from your friends. So maybe your friends will see you, or they will have perspective from the students' sides. And I think that will be very excellent combinations. Then, to get the most out of this course, so you have to do several things. The first, you have to participate actively. Support your classmates as much as you hope they will support you. So when your friends do the micro-teaching, then you have to be active. You respond to his or her questions. Or maybe if there are some instructions, so you do the instructions. So it is hoped that in this class, in every micro-teaching you do, so you have to be supportive, so that all of you will support each other. The next one you have to do is be open to the feedback. It's not criticism. Well, actually, it is a gift to help you grow. Yeah? And then the next one, so you have to be able to take risks. Try new techniques, even you are not really unsure about that one. Yeah? So, and the next one, reflect deeply. So growth happens when you think honestly about your own work. In closing, micro-teaching is not about being perfect. It's about practicing, reflecting, adjusting, and becoming the best teacher you can be. Becoming the best version of teacher you can be. I'm really looking forward to seeing your creativity, your patience, and your progress throughout this course. Let's make it an inspiring space for learning together. All right, that was all for these sessions. Next session, we'll talk more about micro-teaching. We will cover the historical development of micro-teaching, the challenges of micro-teaching, and also the digital transformations of micro-teaching. Okay, thank you so much for your nice attention. Have a very great day. Bye.